Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are still working a little bit on our economy here, but we are making progress on that front. And actually to that end, I would like to go into the market here and bump this up to 20 consumer goods per month. Now I do expect that this is going to take us net negative. Yeah, 2.19, so that's going to cost us 20, so we're making 17. It'll be a very slight net negative in energy credits, but we'll be net positive in consumer goods, and we should be able to make that extra in just a little bit. We did necrophage some pops, so that is wonderful. We've repaired that fleet, so that's also fine. I think we're at 191 alloys. I'm not going to reinforce it just yet. We're going to need to do something about our food, but I'd like to see our energy credits come up a bit first. Now, we could set up a monthly trade to sell, say, 100 minerals. That's the thing we could do to bolster up our energy credits. And then we could also buy in, say, 20 food. Like that. Now the question is, are we net positive like this? Well, we're about to find out. Actually, we are. We are net positive. And I think this is still plenty of mineral income for now. We may have to revisit that later on. But I'm pretty happy with that. After you finish with this mining station, why don't you go grab Cybrex Alpha? Okay, there's a defensive pact out there, that's fine. Gas extraction wells are now done. So that is something that we should definitely consider, and living metal is going to be available as well. That is a lot, though. I think that we don't pursue that just yet, and instead we go for cruisers. Excellent. Now do we have... Oh, we do have exotic gases available over here. Do we have any other exotic gases available? Because that should become a bit of a priority, gathering that. Rare crystals will be useful as well, but we don't have the tech for them currently. This is the only exotic gases that we have right now. Fair enough. We can capture some. So that'll be fine. Now, we're going to finish up over here quite soon. And I would really love to push through these life tree protectors. I think we'll go ahead and hit that reinforced fleet button once. Not any more than that, just once. The Senate is currently voting on buzzword standardization. Everyone supports it. Okay. Irrelevant then. There's not going to be any debate. It will be passed unanimously. Fine. Okay, our next expansion opportunity. Gas giant transmission, huh? Science Officer Diozin has managed to isolate the weak signal that was coming from somewhere deep inside the atmosphere of Galarum 4. It does indeed appear to be a transmission, and we've filtered it through our translation software. On screen. Finally! Well met, Spacefarer! We are the Deathknack, and the planet you're orbiting is Talakrong, our ancestral home. It's always riveting to meet a solid, even if our last encounter with your kind was somewhat problematic. You've no doubt detected the radiation surges coming from our atmosphere. Talakrong is dying, and our species will perish unless we find a new home. We've identified a planet that would suit our physiology, but we have no means to get there. Sadly, our non-corporeal nature means that we don't have much in the way of industry or technology. Will you help us? Well, their life and their death is ultimately good for the environment. We shouldn't allow them to pollute another planet, right? That's our species' ideology. So it would be too much of a hassle. Get out of here. I knew it. I warned the others that solids are incapable of feeling compassion, but they insisted on making this humiliating plea. I know you for what you are, a plague on this galaxy. One day it'll be inherited by beings such as us, and there shall be a reckoning. Mark my words, the age of solids will be over. The time of the gaseous life form shall come. I'm sure it shall. Wonderful. This construction ship is not constructionating, and in fact should be doing so. Excellent. Okay, we are in motion over here. As soon as we're done with this, we can grab these energy credits and then head over here for these exotic gases and then fill this in. And then, well, it's actually slightly more time efficient to come in over here. We're going to have enough influence, but we're going to run out of influence pretty quickly here.
A system survey has concluded.
Well, we're pretty much past the land grab stage, so it's fine. I want to get these filled in, and I want to be gathering these resources. Our planets all appear to be doing fine. This construction ship is not constructionating. We should definitely have it go do so. And realistically, Grimium is the highest priority to grab. Not for its resources, but rather for its strategic position. But we know that there is not much competition out over this way, so we can kind of wait until we can deal with these life tree protectors, and instead fill in some of these areas. And I think the Zepok Vortex is actually a halfway decent one to grab for those sweet, sweet 9 physics points. So we'll just get that done. A wavering signal haunts Galarum 3, though it does not seem to originate from the planet's surface. We'll go ahead and research that. Excellent. Now, we're not going to have the alloys to build this station for a while, so I think, or rather the influence to build the station for a while, so I think we should probably think about reinforcing this fleet instead. Now, we're currently maxed out on our corvettes. However, our command limit has come up pretty dramatically, but our naval capacity has not. Fair enough. So it takes 616 alloys to make this happen. That's fine. And we can actually sell slightly less minerals. We're making 21 energy credits right now, so we don't need to be selling this many. What is a unit price for minerals? 0.89. So we can pretty easily drop by 20 and still be making a profit. It'll be more efficient for us to not sell on a monthly basis anyway, just because of the way that the supply and demand in the market works. An emergency transmission buoy floats in gentle orbit around Galarum 3. Its outer casing is heavily damaged, seemingly by glancing weapons fire or a powerful explosion. It might be a grim model for civilian ships, designed to be ejected as an emergency measure should the comm systems fail, but the extent of the damage makes it impossible to know for certain. It's repeating a weak, distorted signal. We'll clean it up. We'll go ahead and research that. Excellent. Let's check in on our colonies. Those all appear to be fine for now. Okay, and we did find out that there's not much in that system. That's not hugely surprised. The buoy has been verified as one of Grim make, and the signal it's relaying has been stabilized. Grim authorities, identify yourselves. Hello? This is the captain of the Luxian, a Grim transport. Civilian. Former captain. The Luxian is gone. We were boarded by pirates and taken captive before they blew up the ship. Who captured you? I think they call themselves the Ransomers? The Ransomeers? At any rate, they're a vile bunch. We'd all be dead already if they didn't think they could get something for us from the Grim Council. I've overheard them discussing their demands. We'll rescue you. Oh, thank you, Chief Presenter. We're being held in some space station, but I have no idea where we are beyond that. I'll increase the transmission burst now. It should let you triangulate the location of this prison from the emergency buoy.
The situation log has been amended.
Okay, the Ransomeers. The base is where? Quite a long ways away, in Prothon. Okay, we'll probably just ignore that for now. We are lacking 37 influence to grab this starbase. That is fine. How are we doing on our Unity, anyway? We are 31 months away. Okay. And we were going to grab Unity of Self next. That's right. Okay, what did we research? Research institutes. Okay, that's fine. We'll happily accept that. I think we're going to grab disruptors at this time. There we go. Now, of course, this construction ship, not constructionating, but that's fine. We're moving up to the Zeepak Vortex. Now, I would love to grab this 18 trade value, and this is right on our patrol route. So actually, this would be worth doing. We can just upgrade this starport here, and I believe we don't even require any trade hubs. So that'll be a decent advantage for us, grabbing that extra trade. To the point where we can probably get away with dropping our monthly sales by another 20. We're at plus 18 right now, so I think that's fine. Our economy is definitely doing much, much better. The Kroll have become more spiritualist. Sure, that's fine. I'm sure they'll enjoy that. We need gene tailoring before we can really interact with them. But we are getting ourselves some extra research from that. That is right down here. We're getting plus 10 instead of, if we look at this, passive observation gets plus 8. Indoctrination gives us plus 10. Aggressive observation also gives us plus 10 without the need for the upkeep. But I don't want the unintended consequences. I'm perfectly happy with paying 6 energy credits per month for 4 total extra society research. I think that's a worthwhile trade right now. So that'll be fine. Yeah, that all looks good. Quite soon, we will have the influence over here. 2 months, to be precise. Excellent, and things are definitely beginning to die down on the exploration front. Now, we still have a lot of expansion opportunity over here, and we definitely want to be working on bumping up our military numbers to get through this. That said, our fleet cap, not the best, so that's definitely something to consider.
Construction venture completed.
We finished constructionating over here. That's wonderful. This is plus 12 now instead of plus 9. Very nice. We'll go ahead and grab that. And then once we're done with that, I figure Oreb is the most valuable one next. Wonderful. We are going to want to talk to the curators again soon enough. That's currently 3,000 energy credits, and I'm not willing to swing that right now, or am I? We have 20k stocked up minerals. What would that sell for? Plenty. We'll sell half of it. We'll get curator aid with our research. And we've still got energy credits to spare. That was definitely worthwhile. We'll go ahead and start building our starbase at Terabellum. We're going to have some travel time over to here once this is done. We're still probably going to be having that construction ship just sitting there for a while, but that's reasonably okay. Once you're done with Terabellum, we're going to grab the energy credits and the minerals. Oh, necrophaging happening. That's good. Once that's done, then we are going to head to Cybrex Alpha and get that grabbed. And then over to these exotic gases, and then we'll clean up these two over here. Another faction, the Progress Promotion Association. That hurts us a little bit because it is removing some of the available influence. Okay. Well, more necrophaging is happening. That's great to see. And we do now see that Sredma currently has 2 unemployment. Now, that is because these are actually necrophyte jobs, and we are lacking non-worker jobs. Specifically, we're lacking specialist jobs here. These Grim ones are specialists. Now, it'll take like 1,500 days for them to demote. So that is going to be interesting. We're currently at 23 here. That would give 2 artisan jobs. Thinking. Yes. We can move 2 worker level pops over to Sredma. Like, for example, we can move these two miners. They're worker level pops. We move them over. That puts us at 25. Now we still only have the 2 unemployment because those 2 filled the worker jobs as well as a necrophyte job. And then we can put in a civilian industry here, which will get us 2 artisan jobs, thus providing work for those 2 grim ones. Excellent. Now we're a bit negative on food and consumer goods. The consumer goods will get better once we finish this civilian industry here, and that will get better by what, 12, I believe? I don't know if that counts in this artisan. Well, that's artisan upkeep actually. So it'll be a little bit better than 12. Let's go ahead and bump down our monthly purchase to 15. That would put us at -9. Yeah, let's put it there for now. And to compensate, we can bump up our monthly food purchase to 40. Excellent.
Inbound communique.
Federation Association offer coming in. Corinth Temple of Renewal is offering to allow us to become associated with their federation. Now, we don't want to become full members of their federation, because eventually we're going to need to wipe them out. We are not in a position to do that yet. I agree to become an associate member. I don't want to become a full member. But associate member, I think, is absolutely fine. So we're currently losing a couple of energy credits. That won't be the case forever, though. In fact, once we get this done, we'll be doing quite well on the energy credit front. There's our amoeba flagella. That's fine. Ooh, tile blocker clearances. Those would be pretty good. In fact, I believe that we have a fair number of tile blockers to clear out. We can't get noxious swamps cleared yet. There's a tile blocker here. That's a deep sinkhole. That's a lot of tile blockers here. We can clear most of them. This is on Batrack Prime, of course, which is going to be a generator world. I think let's go ahead and get started on a couple of these. There we go. Excellent. We can always sell additional minerals if we need to stay afloat. But this will look much better once our civilian industries finish up. We can also probably get away with doing this. This will get us a single destroyer,
A system survey has
but that'll be useful for us. We're going to grab these minerals. Yep, that is expected. This will be a science world. Okay. Yeah, that's completely fine.
an unusual phenomenon.
Ooh, an anomaly. At first glance, this planet does not seem capable of supporting living beings, but nevertheless, we've detected life signs emanating from somewhere beneath its frozen surface. We'll go ahead and research those. There's a fair amount of trade value in this region. That's for sure. But we definitely need larger stations before we can grab all of this, because realistically, this is, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 apart, so that means a total width of 4. And these only give +1 system range on these stations, right? Yeah, 1 collection range. So that'll be intriguing. Now, Canopus, we don't actually have to have this be a trade station. And I think having this be a shipyard wouldn't be a terrible concept. Now, we're not inside a nebula, but we can put a hydroponics bay in here to offset our food a little bit for this building. And then we can just have a pair of shipyards here. Now, we're probably going to want to replace the hydroponics bay later on, but that'll be fine for now. I do think that we can scale back our buy order of food by 10 food. And that also means that we might be able to scale back our sell order on minerals by about 10. Deep scans of Beta Corvi 2 have revealed a large ocean heated by hydrothermal vents beneath the ice mantle covering the surface. Science Officer Diozin dispatched probes from beyond. That's an awkward thing to say. From beyond that drilled through several miles of thick ice and found the water below teeming with what appears to be life. We will need more resources to conduct a thorough study of the many unique lifeforms inhabiting this ocean. Okay, we can mount a deep sea expedition. That is absolutely fine. Do it. Now we're lacking housing over here. We have 2 jobs available. So, I think... yeah, if we build a city district, that does not reduce our number of generator districts. So I think a city district is the correct thing to build here.
A system survey has concluded.
Excellent. Our economy is beginning to look quite good. We're going to be able to build a starbase here next month. So that's fantastic. We'll just get that queued up so that construction ship gets moving ASAP. And now we're just waiting on this month tick, I think. Actually, no, we're not. We can do it right now. What am I talking about? We'll go ahead and build that starbase, and that will boost up our mineral count, sure. And it will boost up our energy credits. Now, minerals are not going to be as big as they were in our last playthrough because we don't eat minerals in this one, so that'll be interesting. We have necrophaged some pops, which is always nice. And Zeober Prime is going to be finishing up quite soon. A research agreement. I agree. I mean, they like us because we have similar ethics. The galactic market has been established. That's fine. Ah, these guys want additional tribute. 2,000? You know what? Those minerals are basically valueless for us right now. They can have them. Not too concerned about it yet. Science Officer Diozin has returned from the expedition that studied the rich biosphere in the seas beneath the ice mantle of Beta Corvi 2. Several large species, native to the lower regions of the global sea, have been found to produce a unique inorganic molecule with immense healing properties. If this molecule is successfully harvested in large enough quantities, it could revolutionize the field of medical science, and may even have industrial applications. Interesting. Okay, that's living metal progress. That is actually tremendously impactful for us. Because if we check over here, our living metal, that was going to take 400 months. We just got 25% progress there. That was what, 392 months, I believe? So 392 times 0.25, that is 98 months worth of research at the current level. That is bonkers.
Construction venture completed.
I like it.
A system survey has concluded.
Okay, so we have a building slot available on this colony, of course, and we're going to go for gene clinics, as we generally do, to get our pop growth going just that much faster there. Now, this starbase is going to be a defensive starbase, but we're not worried about that just yet. This fleet is only 503 strength right now, which is not great, and our Empire Sprawl is getting up there. I would definitely like to do something about that. It's going to be a while before we...
Steering clear of belligerence.
Hang on, where's this? Ah. Space amoebas, okay. Should be fine, in theory. Oh, we have a building slot available here. Hello! So this is going to be a power generation region here, which of course means that we want to be putting in an energy grid. And let's also upgrade that reassembled ship shelter. Wonderful. We've already got our Chamber of Elevation and Gene Clinics, so we can begin specializing this planet. And as that goes on, we're just going to get better and better off economically. I do definitely want to put in a trade system or a trade station over here. It'll go here, but that's not going to be useful to us until we can get Starholds. I believe the Starhold has both of those building slots, if I recall correctly. It may be a little longer than that, but let's go ahead and grab Unity of Self so that Necrophaging grants us Unity. Wonderful. Everything else here, stability increase would be fantastic. Bulwark of Harmony would be useful if we get attacked. We can maybe grab it at that time. I do think the happiness of 5% on all planets is going to be very big, though. We're not going to activate the Cybrex Warforge currently. It might be useful later on to convert all of those into alloys, but the 150 influence, that hurts, because we're trying to claim systems still. We'll go ahead and do this. I mean, maybe we should do it. Chemical plants will be fine. Maybe we should do that. I'm thinking here. Weighing pros and cons. The con is that we miss out on 2 starbases, right? That's the cost here. For 5,000 alloys, the mineral cost is irrelevant to us. We don't care about the mineral cost. I'm going to think about it. I'm planning on recording the next episode unusually immediately after this one, so I'm going to put a cut in here. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to then have the decision made by next episode. I'm leaning towards it right now, but unfortunately, just because of day job things, this particular video, leaving a comment on your opinion on that would still be appreciated, but just know that by the time you're able to leave the comment for that, the next episode will definitely have already been recorded. That's not usually the case, but for right now, for this particular episode, that's the way it has to be, unfortunately. So I'm going to put in a cut here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I'm strongly leaning towards doing it. 5,000 is a lot of alloys. But I'll see you all next time.